Hi, I'm Nelly Knitter, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the pickup on the sock that we've been working on. So I've already picked up my stitches along this side so that you can just see what we're trying to do, and then I'll actually show you the pickup process on this side. So the reason that we slipped the stitches along this side is it should become apparent to you is that these stitches are a little looser, so they uh, um, are easier to see where the loops are between the stitches, and when you pick them up, um, it becomes a lot easier because they're slip stitches rather than if they're knit stitches. This is also where it comes in handy to have all 5 of your needles, your double pointed needles, because then you are able to I pick up my 14 on the one side and my 14 on the other side. So then this is the only time I actually work with 4 needles onto a fifth, and it's easier because you can continually go around and not have to worry about stopping halfway through and picking up more stitches, so you can get it all set up ahead of time. Alright, so I'm going to pick up my first stitch, which is here. I usually start from my needle, my long needle, and then I pick up from there. And we want to pick up 16 stitches. So I go 1. I hope you can see this clearly enough. I'll try and get in here as close as I can. So here's my next stitch, 2. And then here's my next stitch, 3, 4, 5. Next stitch is a dark stitch, 6, light stitch, 7, another light stitch, 8, dark stitch, 9, gray stitch, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So now I'm going to double check that I have 16. So I have 5, 10, and 3, and 3. Okay, I didn't need that last one. I thought I miscounted. Okay, so I'll double check it. 5, 10, 3, and 3. Okay, good. So now I have this nice little box, and that is going to come in handy for when I start knitting. Now as I knit this, I try and return to an equal number of stitches on both needles. It's a little bit trickier than it sounds, so I'll show you first with this first needle. I just knit across like I normally do. I'm gonna knit every stitch now, so I'm not gonna have to worry about what I'm doing. I'm just gonna knit all the way across. Alright, so now I'm done that needle. At this point, what I normally do is, I know I have 18 stitches on this needle, so I'm going to slide the first 9, well I guess the last 9, the first 9 stitches that I worked, or the last 9 stitches on the needle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I slipped those 9 stitches to the last 16 stitches that I just picked up. Okay, and then I'm going to continue working my first pickup stitch. Now these stitches sometimes get a little difficult when you're knitting with them. Right now I'm knitting through the black loop just to make it a little bit easier and a little quicker. But you can knit through the front of the loop if you want. Won't make any difference really to the construction of your sock. One more. Alright, so now I've done that needle. So it's going to seem weird because we haven't worked this needle for a long time, but now we're going to start working the stitches on that needle again. Now here some people, for their patterns of their sock, they'll keep the pattern that they worked on the cuff, and they'll continue to work it on these 32 stitches. It's up to you whether you want to do this or not. I'm not going to, but if you want more practice at your cabling, then I suggest that you do it. So you'd continue in your pattern where you purl the first 2, and then knit 8, and then purl another 8, knit another 8, and then purl 6. But I'm just going to knit all these stitches now. So I'm going to knit all the way across. Alright, so now I've knit all those stitches. So now I'm going to work my last needle and knit the last of those pickup stitches. So again, I'm just going to keep knitting all the way, all these stitches. 2. Okay, and so that's it. And now you have your stitches, all your stitches picked up. You're back in your nice little triangle. However, if we start counting the stitches now on each needle, I have 5, 10, 15, 25 on that needle. I should have 25 on this needle as well. 5, 10, 15, 25. So I've done my pickup correctly. So now I need to do a decrease to get back to the 16 on each of these needles and maintain the 32 on this needle. So in my next video, I'll show you about the decrease and how we do that.